because it's been now almost 3 more years since we lost him. Sometimes talking about it does make it a little bit easier to remember him. And he was more than just a soldier, but a soldier was a very important part of his life too. A tall kid and busy, and always one who liked to explore his world. If he couldn't go in it, around it, he tried to go through it. And one of my fondest memories of a mother of him as a little kid was when he was 10 and a half months, had learned to walk and was doing pretty well. He climbed into the sink of the kitchen and was watering my plants that were up in the window. So that's kind of just an example of his adventuresome spirit.
Wrestling.
He did wrestling, that's right.
And what else he did?
He helped Mr. Gannon do something. He liked to do
movies.
Videotaping. So we helped videotape some school events, and sometimes it would be
our band competition.
What did you bounce on in the backyard that was fun?
The trampoline.
A trampoline. We were backyard trampoline people, and he did enjoy doing that.
I did. It was so much funny. I love it.
Another thing that Chris did, like his freshman year of high school, was he did do some private trampoline lessons, and very much enjoyed that. He was somebody who could tell where his body was in space, and he just enjoyed all the flips and the moves, but long and lean, and they called him Spider. And he liked Spider-Man anyway, and the Spider-Man movies were coming out and becoming the thing at the time, so they used to call him Spidey. You know, when he was over in Korea, it was interesting that he called me, and he was just so excited when he went up to the DMZ, and he spent 3 hours in a museum up there. And just to know that your son would spend that much time in a museum taking in history, and you know, he said he sent me a whole roll of pictures, and it was like they were boring to me to look at, didn't mean anything, but to him they meant everything in the world. He called us from Korea a lot. We either got phone calls at 12:30 or at 4:30 a.m. Christmas Eve, he called. It was in the morning about 4:30. And so and we all hopped into my bed and we all talked to him. So both of his sisters and Sean were there. We were all in the bed talking to Chris. That was great.
And Chris came home from Korea on a leave.
Basic training. Basic training.
Was that what it was? And I saw such a difference in him. It was unbelievable. You could just see that. He went from that high school kid to a soldier.
I think one of my favorites is this picture of Chris. He had one of his officers snap the picture, but there he is standing guard duty at sunset. I just think it's very symbolic. He's there with his gun and his binoculars.
When did you get that picture?
Actually, this came on his computer when we got it back. So we were able to download it, and it was very special. I think because of the timing of Chris's death, we lost him in June, and his birthday was in August. So with the holiday of that, the remembrance of that coming soon, it sort of forced us to think about what do you want to do? And so really his sisters and I talked, and that first birthday we actually were gathered with the Barclays and a couple other family friends, and we did some things to remember Chris. In our backyard, we made some reminder boxes. We let a balloon off. And we had some of Chris's favorite dessert foods that he would normally have enjoyed on his birthday. And so we've tried to do that. It was peanut butter ice cream, we had the trampoline up, we had root beer floats. Those were his 2 favorite summer desserts, and we usually always had one of those at a birthday. It was his choice. So we have taken that, and then in subsequent birthdays, that's what I've done. Let a balloon off, wrote a letter to him, and got a special birthday card, put that note in there, and sent it up in the balloon.